What's going on, guys? Matt Wacek here. Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell right away, we're filming with some new equipment, got some new lighting and some new camera stuff. The lights are super bright, still trying to get used to it a little bit, but I love filming with new stuff because it makes me more inclined to do these videos and makes me want to do more and more of them because I can see that the quality increases. So be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. Just been absolutely swamped the past few weeks, so there's been really no content lately here on the channel, but that is changing. But today I want to share with you two tools that you can use on your website that will help you boost your conversions and overall just track what your website visitors and what your traffic is doing. Now, the tools do cost money if you start to get to higher traffic levels or if you want to do multiple things and that sort of stuff. But to just get the job done and to really just get some basic data, it is 100% free. So in a second here, we're going to hop on my computer and I'm going to show you guys these tools, how to set them up in order to be able to maximize your conversions, because that's what it is all about. Getting people to your website and getting people to take action on your website, either making a phone call or sending their information through a contact form. However, you can monetize that depending on the affiliate network that you are working with. So let's hop into it. So the first tool that you want to use on your lead gen site to help boost your conversions is a social proof indicator or notification. And this is something that recently has really taken off, this type of software to add to your website, especially in the internet marketing niche. The very first company I think that came to market with this idea was a company called Proof, and then some other companies have come along as their competitors. So really what this does is get people to see that, okay, there are other people signing up for this, other people are taking action, other people are visiting this website, whatever message you want to display on these little notifications, which usually will show up right down here on the bottom left side, or you can do in the right side, or wherever your choice is. And mobile, of course, is going to be in the very center. It's going to take up the whole bottom part of the page there, or the screen. This is something that can be very, very powerful in the psychology because it gets people to see, okay, there are other people that are taking action on this, whether it's making a phone call to call a company or call for service. Or another way that this really, really took off and became extremely popular is in the internet marketing niche, where you're running webinars, you're getting people to opt into your email list. This tool has absolutely just blown up when it comes to webinar registrations and that sort of stuff. And it's something I use on my own site for webinar signups and opt-ins and course purchases and that sort of stuff. And also this is really popular in e-commerce, especially for people doing Shopify. I guarantee if you go to anyone's successful Shopify store, you're going to see similar software to this, whether it's ProofSource or another company, they're going to have this type of social proof displayed, so that way it helps boost their conversions and purchases. So what you're going to want to do is set up a free account just as you would with any other software out there. And from here, what you're going to do is connect ProofSource to your website. They have an amazing tutorial and makes it very, very simple because obviously they want you to be able to use their software. So I'm not going to go full in depth with that, but basically you install a plugin to your WordPress site and then you transfer over the API key. It's very, very simple. And then you just test it by checking out the site in incognito. But first, what you want to do before even connecting it is set up a notification. So you just click new notification. They have a few different types that you can use. So there's informational ones, reviews, counters, or visitors for specific periods of time. Or there's this one here, which will measure the actions by your customers. Now this is where if you're on a webinar sign up page, for example, a lot of people are going to see this one here. It'll say Mike from London signed up for the webinar or whatever it is. Or in e-commerce, you're going to see someone from whatever location bought that t-shirt, for example, or whatever the store is selling. So we'll set up a stream and we're going to track form submissions. So if we're just doing this here on the Champlin site, which you can see right here, we have the website visitors set up is what the one we're currently using. However, we're going to set up one for tracking form submissions to basically state that, okay, so-and-so decided to get a quote for services. Now the simple method here is really easy to do. It contains is a little bit more technical, but for this example, we're just going to leave it at simple and just have these two different pages that we have, which are our actual sales pages. And for where to display, and because our contact form is on this page, as you can see right down here, it's right down below, we're going to use the exact same URLs that we use for our tracking because the contact page is on the same thing. Now, if you have one page and that's the only page where you have any contact forms, that is where you're going to want to capture with the tracking. And then you'd want to switch over to contains that URL because then it's going to display on all those pages, the about, the contact us, the home page, the services page, city plus service pages, or whatever. So for this one, we're just going to keep it simple though, because again, we only have the two pages that actually capture the data. So we're going to make sure that it is the home page and then the mosquito spray. Now, when it comes to the text that's actually going to be displayed on the notification, as you can see here, as we type, it changes in real time. And this is just a preview. It's not working on the site quite yet. But what you want to do is basically display a message that's going to get people to want to convert to your particular offer. So chances are, if you're watching this, you probably have a local business oriented site for lead gen or pay-per-call. So being as this site is all about lawn services for the most part, obviously mosquito control is another one, but technically you could consider it lawn service because it is going out to the lawn and spraying mosquitoes and spraying for mosquitoes. We're going to do signed up for lawn services. So there we go. Now you can see, we can even put an exclamation mark if we want to right there. And so then this next box down here, you're going to want to use just the word someone. That just works fine to me. And then we're going to click next. And so then for the design of the notification for how it looks, obviously we can change the color here if we wanted to do that. You can see the text changes. I leave it the exact same. However, when you're doing this, just make sure that whatever color you choose will stand out on the website. So if your website is mostly green and yellow and that sort of stuff like this one, use something like purple or any other color that's going to really just stand out so people will notice that and their eyes are going to see it because it's really, really important. You can turn off different rules within the display. They have a whole bunch of options there. So then what we're going to do is just do visitors for the name and we launch it. Oh, visitors too, since we already have that name. So we're going to click launch and we're going to turn that one off. We'll just turn this one on. So there we go. So there you can see the notification now displayed and there we go. It's as simple as that. So then this is working in the background, overall boosting your conversions and increasing your revenue because that is what it is all about. So let's hop over to the next tool that you can use to track your visitors and see what they're doing on your website. So the second tool that you're going to want to use is a heat map or just visitor tracking, visitor recording software. So Hotjar is one of them. There are a bunch of other ones out there. Just go to Google if you wanted to check them out. Otherwise, I will have a link down below in the description to Hotjar as well as ProofSource if you wanted to go and sign up. You can see tons of other companies use Hotjar, Air Canada, Adobe, Shopify, some truly just massive businesses because obviously they want to know where their customers are taking action on their website so that way they can optimize everything to a T to maximize their conversions. So here in Hotjar, I'm not going to go through the process of setting it up. They do a great job helping you out with that. It's as simple as installing a Facebook pixel. You just copy and paste some code and you're good to go. They have great tutorials for it. Now this was just installed on this site yesterday and we captured a conversion right away and we can actually watch the full conversion happen. And Hotjar tells us exactly when it occurred. So this happened yesterday, August 10th, 1:47 p.m. If we come over here to the email account that we have set up for just tracking the contact form submissions that come through the site, yesterday at 13:48, so 1:48 p.m., and opening up the email, you can see that this is an actual lead that came through. This is a person that's looking for service. Unfortunately, with this particular network and the offer, we can't monetize contact form submission, so it's a little bit of a bummer, but hey, it is what it is. But coming back over here to Hotjar, we can watch that contact form submission happen in real time with Hotjar. So it might be a little bit jumpy or jittery or whatever because obviously you're watching a video through a video, but you can see the exact things that they do and the exact actions that they take here on the website. So they just click to get a quote. They're probably reading that information right here. They're going to scroll down and you can see Hotjar will show that, okay, they made a tap on the screen, they scrolled, they entered in information with changing field value, which is basically what this is a field. And my assumption is, being as they went through it so quick, they probably have their information stored, like their name, their email, their phone number. And if it was on an iPhone, I believe Androids probably have this capability too. But when you're going through a contact form that asks for a name, the phone's going to automatically just pull up the first and last name. Same thing with email. You can just boom, paste it right in. Same with phone number and just paste it right in there. So it makes it really quick and seamless. And it appears that's what they did right here. And you can see that they're typing right here. And they scrolled, and now we'll take a look at when they landed on the thank you page. So they just landed here, and it doesn't look like they did much. They scroll a little bit. And really the purpose of the thank you page is to capture conversions with our tracking pixels on Google and Facebook to denote that a conversion occurred. So overall, it's a really cool tool because you can see exactly what your website visitors are doing and see where they take action from. As you can see, this particular person here took action on the very first button that they saw when it came to getting a quote. They were a person who knew, okay, we want lawn services. We're going to just click the very first button. We're going to send information in because we want a quote as soon as possible. So those are the two tools that I recommend to overall boost your conversions, Hotjar and Prove Source. You can use other softwares that are similar to it, but those are the ones that I've been using lately and I really like them, so I highly recommend checking them out. It's really cool to be able to see what people are doing on your website. So if your website's not successful or you want to improve your conversion rate, you can watch the recordings of what visitors are doing and see where they're taking action or what they're scrolling down to. And if they all of a sudden exit the page when they see something they don't like, you can correct that. So anyways, I appreciate if you went down below, dropped a like on this video. And I'm looking forward to sharing a bunch of new content coming your way. So be sure to go down below, smash that subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that way you know when the newest content's live here on the channel. And if you want to get more in-depth training like this, there's a link right down below to my course where you can get access to guided step-by-step training on how to build a website like this, rank it in the search engines, where you can monetize it with pay-per-call or lead generation offers. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.